What's up, guys? Check out the sky. We're gonna get some rain. Today is Thursday and Thursday night football is gonna be on, so we're out here checking out on our avocados. What's up, guys? We're back. If this is your first time, welcome. To all of my adoring fans out there, welcome back. I want to report out that I believe the cayenne pepper that I threw out to try to prevent some of these what I call UFOs going around and digging around my avocados, I think worked, because I don't see any new activity, which is great. I've been kind of communicating with different people within our little community about potentially doing kind of like a cage or some type of screen around my avocados to prevent whatever this animal was. And so far so good, with no more issues with any animals digging in this area, so that's a good thing. Now we are expected to have rain tonight or probably Friday, so I am a little concerned that the rain might be washing away all of the pepper that we kind of sprinkled out here. I'm not sure if that will do anything or not, but it may happen. So this is my Zutano, and you can see it's actually growing nicely. Leaves are looking good. And I want to also show you my Kona. Give me a second here. So here's my Kona Charwell, and it's growing nicely. One thing to note, we had rain on Monday, crazy thunderstorms, lightning kind of lit up the skies, and but the day before, Saturday and Sunday of this last weekend, we had 97-degree temperatures. So check it out. This is kind of what happens. I got a lot of new growth, and the new growth, because of the heat and the sun, it was like around 97 degrees. I had water going, but I don't think I had that much water. I kind of turned it down because it was cooler, but I should have turned it up a little bit because of the heat. And this is kind of what happens. Your leaves will get a little burnt, the tips at least for me. You can see that here too, especially on the new growth. So all of this new growth that's coming up here is all really being pushed out, and I think a lot of it is related to the fertilizer that I threw out. So it's pushing out all sorts of new growth, but the new growth is really delicate, and we're not supposed to have a lot of heat right now. This is like October now, but we're still having issues with some of these leaves burning. So and you know what it comes down to is, what I notice is that it's really dependent on variety. So my Kona seems to be more sensitive, whereas my Hass, which is this right here, my Hass handled the heat no problem. Even all the new growth which we have up here, no burning issues or anything like that. So it comes down to the variety, it seems like, to be able to handle all of the excess sun and heat. So something to keep in mind. It may not be, if you got a Hass and you're considering covering it, you may not need to, especially ones that got kind of big like this one. I want to also show you something else. Alright, so here's my other Kona, and it's sad because this one was actually doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden it decided to dump all of its leaves. It did this last year also around this time of year. So I don't know if it's just a habit that it has where it just dumps the leaves and then it grows back next year, or it grows back. I'm really trying to decide if I want to continue, keep it going, but I do feel that it's probably best if I just kind of rip this one out and put a different variety. I got other trees that I want to throw in here, so if we're wasting time and water and energy trying to nurse this thing, where we can actually get a variety like this, my bacon, that just right next door taken off. And then this guy who's been struggling ever since I've put it into the ground and we had the heat wave in 2018. I mean, is it really worth it? So I don't know. I like this variety. The fruit tastes really good. That's why I'm really trying to hold on to it. But this is a prime spot. I can certainly put a different variety in here and hopefully work it to kind of make it take off. But if we decide to pull it out, I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I can throw in this spot. But other than that, I mean, it seems to kind of do this every year. And it wouldn't be a problem if it got bigger and kind of did this, but it's still really small and dinky. So yeah, it just kind of makes sense. Maybe we just rip it out. So I think I'm talking myself into it right now. So my Mexicola, which I've already showed you, that's flowering. There's more flowers, producing more. You can see here, there's more flowers. I'm going to continue to monitor, continue to keep you guys updated. If we actually get these flowers to have some fruit, that would be pretty amazing. I'm going to show you something else. Give me a second here. I've started digging a hole. Here's my Hass. And this is my Kona, and I brought the tape measure out. We've got 10 feet from the Hass and 10 feet from the Kona, and that's where I'm putting a brand new avocado that I have in a pot. And let me show you that avocado that I got. Here it is, brand new avocado I got at Louis' nursery. I got it in a 15 gallon. Let me show you. It's a Gwen. I've been looking for a Gwen. So for all of the folks who have been following my channel and you know what I'm searching for, this was one of the varieties that I was looking for, and I found it. So there was a question about this variety that I got from Louis to try to figure out what type of rootstock. I was looking, they didn't have it on here. Sometimes they'll actually say it on the label, but this particular one, no information on rootstock, unfortunately. But I couldn't wait. I didn't want to try to hunt down a Gwen with a Dusa, or I mean, I don't know, different types of rootstocks that are available for a Gwen. But excited to finally find a Gwen. And you know what the thing is, I really wanted to buy a 5 gallon, but they didn't have a 5 gallon version of this, so they only had a 15 gallon, and I decided to go ahead and just do it. I went against everything I typically go for, which is not spend the money on a 15 gallon, because if you get a 5 gallon you can definitely get it to grow and perform just as well as a 15 gallon in a year, and you can get 2 or 3 trees. But I couldn't find a Gwen in a 5 gallon, so I just went for it. So something else to note, I got this about 2 weeks ago, and remember how I was saying that some varieties might be a little bit more sensitive? Well, I feel like this Gwen might be one of those varieties that, especially with the new shoots that are coming out, like this one has a lot of new shoots growing. You can see, I mean, this one might be because this leaf might be touching the stake, so it probably got really hot. But I also noticed that it got limp really fast, the new shoots, especially when it got really hot this last weekend. So I know it got hot on Saturday and Sunday, but then Monday we got thunderstorms, and then we got storms planned for probably Friday. So if you got your water running, if you can shut it off, might be a good idea to shut it off. If you don't have your water running, make sure everything's still working good. So super excited about this variety, and super excited about us finally finding a tree, and you know, hopefully what I'm going to do is put it into the ground this weekend, and I'll be able to document how I plant it, and then you can follow along in this journey as we finally find a Gwen and add it to our collection, and hopefully in the future have some Gwen fruit that we can share. So thanks for watching, and follow along, hit the like and subscribe if you want to see what happens. And if you actually find a Gwen also and you're going to plant it at the same time that I plant it, then you're going to be following along in the journey. I'll hopefully be able to kind of document when I fertilize, when I make changes to what I'm doing out there, so you can do the same thing, and hopefully we'll be on the same journey together. All right, talk to you guys later. See ya.